Thank you for joining us. Are you ready to breathe, move, and flow? Today you will be led through a Curiosity Pilates class. Start with putting a hand on your chest and stomach. Take deep belly breaths. In through your nose, hold your breath for 2 seconds at the top, and slowly exhale out through your mouth. Make each exhale longer than each inhale, allowing yourself to breathe in curiosity.
We'll begin with footwork. Separate the feet in a wide squat position. External rotation from the hips. We'll begin to bend the knees and lower the pelvis straight down. Pause at the bottom of your squat. Now push into your heels and lengthen both legs back to start. Throughout this movement, keep the upper body tall and the shoulders stacked right over the ribs and the pelvis. The abdominals stay active. Think about pulling up on your pelvic floor muscle.
We are born to be curious. Yet, as we age, curiosity is something that needs to be nourished. Our curiosity desires ebbs and flows throughout the day, and without nourishment during its peaks, it begins to fade away. Today, you are choosing to nourish curiosity.
Hold your squat position. Now lift and lower the arms. We'll round them in front of our chest first and envision hugging a tree trunk. Begin to lift the arms up, keeping the shoulders down and still, and then you'll lower the arms down. Lift the arms up, keeping the crown of your spine spiraling up, and then lower those arms back down again. Continue to check in with your posture and abdominals to make sure your awareness hasn't shifted.
Noticing the speed of your breath. Practice slowing your breath. Slowing your breath may lessen the feelings of pain and uncomfortable emotions.
Alternating lunge. We'll start with the right foot forward and step the left foot back to form a lunge position. I have a slight hinge forward from my hips, but my spine continues to stay long. Hands start on my hips, and then from here, I'll step the front foot back to meet the other foot to switch. As my feet step together, my spine is going to shift into an upright position. And as I step the other leg forward, my spine is going to hinge forward, as if I'm leaning forward over my bending knee. I like to think about pushing through my foot, through my front heel to step my foot back to parallel, and then articulating through my foot, landing toe ball heel to lunge again.
Allow yourself to be curious about how these movements feel for you. There are different types of curiosity. One which includes wanting new information, and another that includes deepening and understanding on that information.
Isometric lunge. Hold your lunge and begin to lengthen both arms back behind the hips. You'll squeeze the upper back and begin to pulse those arms back. My spine continues to stay long, but in a diagonal from hip to head. My core stays active in order to help isolate the pulses to my shoulders.
What is the rhythm of your breathing? How does the breath change as you move? Do you find yourself holding your breath or tension in a specific spot in your body? Bringing your breath and some tenderness to that area. Accommodate and make changes so that your style of breath is your choosing, not being chosen for you.
We'll switch to step the opposite foot forward into a lunge. Think heavy into the front heel and keeping the back foot light with the ankle lifted. Now you'll raise the arms into that high V and begin to pulse the arms back, energizing the shoulders and the upper back as you pulse. Palms face forward here and avoid letting your shoulders rise into your ears.
To be curious, there is a need for a basic understanding of a topic. Beginning with wonder, which then turns into curiosity. When that new understanding occurs, curiosity pipes in to grow that knowledge base. When we have curiosity, there's endless learning and possibilities.
Side lying leg lift. With your right elbow down and your right hip down, extend the top leg in front of your hip. Let's flex the foot and begin to lift and lower the top leg. Your underbody stays active and you're lifting away from your supporting arm.
We are comforted by familiarity, yet there can be excitement around what lies ahead in the horizon. Imagine you are on a hike. What do you see? What do you smell? What do you taste? What are you touching? And what are you hearing on that hike? Imagine you are hiking up a hill and you see a bend in the horizon, wondering what is around that bend. That combination of fear and excitement is curiosity at work.
From here, think single-sided kneeling plank. You'll float the bottom hip away from the floor and the top leg is going to stay lengthened. Let's point the toes from here and stretch the top leg up. You'll begin to lift and lower that top leg, keeping the rest of the body still.
Focusing on how your thoughts, actions, and feelings affect you in this present moment, in the short run and in the future. Creating that sense of safety through deep belly breaths. Your breath is always there for you. You are always breathing, and you always have the option to breathe with intention.
Lower the hip down and extend both legs out. Cradle your head on your elbow. Use the oblique muscles to hover both legs away from the floor. You'll pause at the top and then lower the legs down together. As the legs float away from the floor, push the bottom leg into the top leg. Make sure the hips stay stacked throughout the movement.
The more we are aware of a topic, the greater our curiosity is about what we don't know. Curiosity rises alongside knowledge. To close a gap in knowledge, first you need to be aware that the gap exists, and then having the courage to ask why.
From the side lying position, we'll roll to our hundreds position. Extend the legs, lift the head, neck, and shoulders, and lift up into that chest lift position. Pause with hollow abdominals and long arms by your side. Now return to your side lying position, transitioning back to your right hip. We'll continue to roll from our hundreds position to our side lying position a few more times.
Allowing yourself to be in silence. Where does your mind begin to wander to in this moment of quiet? Is it going where you want it to go? Or would you like your thoughts to move in a different direction?
Let's roll back into our hundreds position. With the arms long and legs extended, hold your chest lift and begin to lift and lower both arms. Keep the rest of the body still as the shoulders articulate.
Curiosity takes a fine balance of uncertainty and certainty. Imagining what that balance looks like for you. Imagine a time that you achieved that balance for that moment. What was that experience like for you? Breathing and incorporating that balance into this present moment.
Transition to your left hip, left shoulder. Extend the top leg in front of your hip. Let's flex the foot again and begin to lift and lower that top leg. Your obliques stay active and drawn up and away from the floor, and you're lifting away from that supporting arm.
What role does curiosity have in your life? What role do you want curiosity to have in your life? What is the smallest first step you can take to bring curiosity into your day-to-day experiences? Imagine yourself taking that step.
From here, we go into our single-sided kneeling plank. Float the bottom hip away from the floor and the top leg stays extended. Point the toes from here and begin to lift and lower the top leg.
What color is curiosity? What shape? What texture? Is curiosity stagnant, or does it move as you move? What feelings come up when thinking about curiosity? Does curiosity sit comfortably with you? Curiosity is a combination of both thinking and feeling.
Lower the hip down and extend both legs out. Once again, we'll cradle our head on the elbow. Use the oblique muscles to hover both legs away from the floor. Pause at the top and lower them down together. As the legs float away from the floor, you're pushing up with the bottom leg, being careful to keep the pelvis still and stacked.
As your mind begins to wander, gently bringing it back to this very moment. This moment you set aside to nourish your mind and body.
Let's roll back to our hundreds position. Extend the legs and lift the head, neck, and shoulders away from the floor. Pause with hollow abdominals and long arms by your sides. Now return to your side lying position, transitioning back to your right hip. We'll continue to roll from our hands, or our hundreds position, to our side lying position 2 more times. After finishing those 2 repetitions, you'll pause with the arms and legs extended and begin to lift and lower both arms.
Thank you for exploring this Pilates class wave. We hope it guides you through the rest of your day. If you like this class, please provide us with a thumbs up, a comment on your thoughts and future classes you would like to participate in, and subscribe to participate in Mind and Body Pilates, a wellness approach classes.